OSU and in campus, like you'll see once you get into active duty, whether you know it be in the Navy or whether it's in the Air Force, doors you start opening, you have a lot of paths you can take. So take advantage of it. Is there any questions just about pilot stuff in general or flying stuff that you guys have?
So, apart from like flying, you guys got a lot of flying experience. But as a commissioned officer in the Air Force, as a pilot, when you're not flying, what kind of leadership opportunities do you have? How many airmen are you in charge of? How many roles that you can have?
Right now, our job is a lot of leadership. I think this is like commander. So you're in charge of the training of students. Like they're offered, this is the first thing that they've seen in the Air Force. So you're not only are you in charge of their syllabus and their training, scheduling them, making sure that they get from point A to point B. But like you're the role model. Like I've flown in like the active duty operational combat, and you're looking to be like, all right, well, I'm going to do what you do, right? Because you're up there. So.
What kind of roles did you have in Afghanistan leadership-wise when you weren't flying?
When I'm not flying, we did a lot of FOB visits. So if we work in a stack for the attack via the jet side, like they're in charge. Where everyone in the Air Force is a support role. Like F-16, he's supporting a 22-year-old kid on the ground with him. So we go to the FOBs, like, hey, how can we help you better? So that's more or less the kind of jobs we have. Very few leadership roles. In my job so far. It's not like the comm guy, the maintenance guy. As soon as they commission, you're going to have 30, 40, 100 people in your shop and you're in charge of. Like that's different than what we see.
Kind of piggyback off this, you said that one of your stations was McCord Air Force Base. I commissioned in 2 months, and my first assignment is aircraft maintenance at McCord Air Force Base.
You have 7 squadrons to deal with and probably like 50 aircraft. You're going to have to hit the ground running.
Your career field is unique. Like, as far as the pilot career field and like you said, the leadership opportunities and having the oversight of people. If you're not in like a position like we are, where we're at a training base, like I said, the guys come out of their commissioning source, whether it be the academy, whether it be ROTC or wherever, and they go into pilot training. So like I said, we're seeing them as second lieutenants for the first time. They've never been in the Air Force, so we are basically molding them outside of flying, just in general to be officers, right? So the reporting in, you know, the making sure that we do briefs this way, and just customs and courtesies, all that stuff, military bearing, the stuff that you talk about here. Those are the things that we have to just reinforce to them when they get to the flight line and start flying. So we don't have like as a pilot, you're not going to have like airmen that you're overseeing, like you kind of hear about a lot. As a maintenance officer, that's exactly what you're going to have. You're going to have a lot of maintenance personnel working on you. You're going to have a lot of airmen working with you. That's one of the career fields that you will go out as a second lieutenant after your training school, and you'll be in charge of 50, 60, 70 airmen that are out there.
There's something I might ask a question about, about the base and about what you saw towards, because I don't actually have a training school. I go directly from here straight to McCord.
Yeah, come ask me.
It's how the Navy differs in the Air Force. As an ensign, you come in, you get assigned to a squadron. You are, in my case, you become a branch officer. You're responsible for 10, 15 people in a branch. That is your job. Oh, by the way, you get to fly. You're on a flight schedule, but you have a ground job, and you're responsible for overseeing. Matter of fact, one of the guys that's still my very good friend, I've known him. He worked for me, and I was speaking. I spoke at his retirement ceremony for 30 years as an enlisted guy, and we're best of friends now. But he worked for me when I was a butter bar, an ensign in the Navy. And then if you go on in your first tour, within a year you get assigned a division. You could be a division officer. You could have 100 people working for you. Oh, by the way, you're trained to be a plane commander. In the P3s, we always flip what's a no P. You see P3s in the news again because they're 370. You start off as a no P. It's a terrible thing. You don't have any responsibility. Then you train as a 3P, and you have to go through a set syllabus. You got to train. Oh, by the way, you got a ground job. And you go through this. You have to have people sign off on your qualifications. Then you're a 2P, which you have to go through another set of qualifications, and then you still have a ground job. And then you play plane commander. Whole other thing. Still got a ground job. So you got responsibilities. They say, when you say, I have to go flying, no, you get to go flying because you have a ground job. That's the biggest difference, I think, in the Navy early on from the Air Force is you have this responsibility really managing people right off the bat. Flying a big airplane, you're managing not just that, you're managing people in your crew. So you learn how to be a leader, in multi-engine, you learn how to be a leader really quickly in terms of having to deal with people, you know, everything from not just their ability on the airplane, personnel issues, what's going on, beat their wife, push your wife out of her car. I mean, I've got these calls before, it's just bizarre.
Yeah.
But you have to do it, and that's in your first tour as you retire, you get out there
I've done air assault, I did Pellmaster, so I got both of those.
captain.
I did
Get out,
JFO,
go for a short
which.
tour. So you get a lot of leadership really early in life. You can do everything in the Air Force.
We have first lieutenant aircraft commanders in the C-17. That's just, here are the keys to a $230 million aircraft. They have a 3-week mission that literally goes around the world. Like, you're in charge of 7 people. Make sure they get there, you get there, and everyone gets back. And you get the mission done. If someone has a problem in Germany, you're taking care of them.
Been picked up by the police.
But
You
you
gotta
teach
get it
the
out.
Army guys who aren't gonna be big that close to come over to the Air Force.
Let's go. What other questions are out there?
All right, in your flight training, whenever it came to like G-forces and maneuvers and all that, for any of you guys, do you have problems with air sickness, and if so, how did you get past that?
It's funny you asked this. Did you guys know Lieutenant Reynolds?
Yes.
Yeah, so he went through and he was actually his assistant flight commander, and I knew him as well. Some people have issues with it, some people don't, as far as airsick goes. 99% of the people make it through pilot training without any airsick issues. Or if they encounter some, there's so many things out there right now that can help you, and most of the time it's figured out in like 10 or 15 flights. So usually the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to go to the flight doc, they're going to come back and be like, hey, the flight doc says get used to it and go fly another flight. So then you'll go, and this is literally what happens, and then you'll go, if you get airsick again, no big deal, we send you back to the flight doc, they have these special meds that they'll put you on, you'll fly 3 flights, you pop a pill, go fly, 3 more flights. 90% of the time, no issues after that, you're right here. If that happens again, then they have some other ground testing stuff that you won't fly for a couple days, and they'll put you on this type of plan, and then you come back. I was talking to the flight doc the other day, and he said they've done that to one kid in the last 2.5 years.
You guys have a spinning puke chair? You guys have that?
They do the Barony chair too, yeah, the puke chair. So if you go to Aerospace Phys, sometimes they will, after the meds, if you throw up, they'll take you over there, and you'll basically sit in this chair that just spins around. They'll just tell you to close your eyes, spin, open your eyes. You'll do some different exercises, and it'll spin you the other way. And hopefully that you'll spin the sickness out of you, ideally, is what they're looking at there. But like I said, most of the time, after it gets to that level, that's as far as you're going to get. And usually, if it goes away, man, you usually don't have many issues with that.
They just keep putting you in the chair until you're over it,
Yeah.
or you're out.
I got sick maybe the first 2 flights or something. Most of us are nervous. You want to perform with your
They're actually trying to open it up.
I was getting sick all the way through formation. Like, it's just not comfortable to me. And then I went back to the same plane that made me sick. It's enjoyable. I love flying the T6, but I was in formation like throwing up. I was throwing up doing stuff. And like as long as you don't, there's 3 things. Like if you throw up and you give the aircraft away, you can't control it, or you have to stop the sortie. It's an unsat. And I was on my last sortie when my IP was like, dude, if you throw up and I have to take the aircraft, you're done. I was like, all right. So I was throwing up, doing like a TP stall, and like choking, like swallowing down. Yeah. And he was like, that was the best TP stall you've ever done. That was one of my decisions to go heavies too. Is like, it's not enjoyable to me personally. But Reynolds went 14 flights with it. And he was going home, and his wife was like spinning him in an office chair.
Yes.
If he can do it, he
Yeah, so that happens quite a bit. It's usually
have to go through all these trainings.
I was following someone out here at the flight center, and they were saying that like, he was talking about like how grueling the process is for you guys, like how particular everything has to be. He mentioned that like, if you like mess up like a radio call or something, you're written like how particular it is.
The reason they do that is to get
we have standards, just like their military has standards and certain things. There's standards for flying the T6. So we expect you guys whenever you come out on the flight line and start flying to know, and a lot of that has to do with comm and talking. Because guess what? You'll fly the T6 12 times, 11 times, and you're going out there by yourself. So if you can't communicate correctly or fly correctly, we're not going to feel comfortable sending you solo. We're not going to go. So it happens that quick. And then, oh, by the way, after that, you're going to go solo 4 more times in the T6 in the next 4 months. So, there are standards, and, some things are more important than others, especially when it comes to the radio calls and stuff. So, yeah, it's particular, but it depends on what it is.